Hello and welcome to episode advertisements, product placement of the Bad Psychics podcast. Because today we are indeed reviewing Summerslam. I forgot what we were reviewing then. Yeah, Summerslam indeed happened last weekend, and we are here to yap on about what an incredible show it was. I'm sure we all enjoyed it. I'm gonna go around and ask how each of us enjoyed the show, and I'll start off with the uh, person who's probably the most thrilled with WWE at the moment. That's Mal. How did you find SummerSlam?
This podcast is sponsored by blimps. There was lots of blimps. WWE really loved their blimps this time around. I am very tempted next episode to do a prediction on the blimps because there's
Yeah.
at least 4 or 5. But yeah, this was it was the wrestling in between the advertisements was indeed okay. The second night was better than the first by quite some distance in my view.
Yeah, that's a very common thing with just these two night shows anyway. The second night's always better than the first. Matt, what about you?
My personal opinion, best WWE PLE I've seen since Mania 40. It wasn't a high bar,
No.
but I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I was thoroughly, to quote a friend of mine, sports entertained.
Yep. Um, and then we normally do these. I would normally go to everyone by alphabetical order, but I got very lazy with how it was set up. So Chuck is now alphabetically the last in the line. So yes, Chuck, how did you find SummerSlam?
Found SummerSlam. So a pleasant surprise, mostly on night two. They really came with the surprises, not just in who came out, but also in results. And I think that, they gave it to a decent show. Decent? Maybe. Sure. Let's just say. Let's just say that.
All right, we'll get into it then. Okay, so spreadsheet the whole time. You know it, you love it. So we start off with the first one I have on the sheet is the which just so happened to be the main event of night one, which was Oberfemi versus Brock Lesnar, which was the Hell in the Cell match. And unsurprisingly, Oberfemi won. But I mean, it was a good match. It could have been a great match, but it was just a good match in my opinion. Just because I didn't like the finish, and I wasn't interested in the rest because it was just finisher spam done meh. Personally, we all said Oba would win. Oba would win, so we all will get points for this. I'll ask Matt on his opinion of the match.
You set us up with pretty much the perfect description of the match. It was like you thought it would be. It was short. It was somewhat sweet. It was maybe a little bit surprising. We thought we'd see Oba win. Didn't think we'd see Brock hitting a tombstone on an unprotected ring. And then see Oba kick out just to further enhance what a badass he is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let my other colleagues talk about this because I think they've got better words than me on this one. But I was just in awe of Oba after this one. He's always on another level. If he's not in the title picture now, he never will be.
Yeah. So on that note, Chuck, He called out Roman, I think it was. Is that what's next? Do you think? Do you think the title's in the view? And do you think he'd win if he went against Roman Reigns, for example?
I think the plan is now from here on in, and the question is how, because they want Oba versus Roman. Let's be real, but how they want it at WrestleMania? Likely the Saudi Mania. How do they get Oba story wise from now all the way to WrestleMania Saudi? Is the question. And I don't know if they are ready to make. I think they're trying to make his first title the big belt in the main roster. It's just because he won Clean the Ring. Still was odd that he left it on the table for Brock. But my hope is they said you still have that King of the Ring ask, who do you want for the title? And he goes right towards Roman. But I don't think they want to show that card yet. I think over time, there's still other people to face on Monday Night Raw after this. It looks like a slight feud is going on with him and Braun Breaker over Paul Heyman, because of the infatuation lately that Heyman has in Oba's career. Potentially, they're trying to it's like in kayfabe, he's like looking like in a way to be the next Paul Heyman guy. So, and could make Braun jealous. So that could be the next up match for Oba. It's getting there is the issue. Your big collision is Oba Roman. It's for the world title. It's gonna be a WrestleMania match. How do you get to there and try not to slow down Oba, but don't do the title match that it's looking for? That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, that's my idea. It's like it's not if, it's when, and how you get there.
Exactly. Yeah, valid. And then my question for Mal is very much: is that it for Lesnar? Has he? Because obviously reports are that he's retired. Are we going to see him again, or is it going to be a Mania thing?
It depends how much money the Saudis offer him. But I hope so. This is his hometown. He has been given a nice send off in his hometown. He had an entire post-match promo going, sort of hinting that he is the past and all that, which makes you think he's going to retire. But yeah, you never sure with Brock Lesnar. Whenever there's money involved, he likes to be around. And I think, with him not doing anything else, I can see him taking a big paycheck to wrestle, I don't know, some MMA fighter in Saudi for WWE, because some Saudi prince likes mid 2010s UFC. Yeah, I think, although for a retirement match, I think this is about what you expect, what you'd want. They very much put over new guy in very convincing fashion, which is good, because otherwise, what's the point of this? Didn't think it needed to be Hell in a Cell match. That was like a bit of an anachronism throughout the match. It was just kind of there, really. You could have done a no DQ or something like that, and it would have been about as fine. I guess it was nice to have structure. I guess with this being the third match on the card, third match in a world match, I guess they need to do something other than a singles match. And I would have liked to see Brock Lesnar take a bump on the wood, but he would not. He will not do that. He will not do that.
No, so no, it was a botch.
Yeah,
he was supposed to. It was a botch.
Yeah, apparently Brock was livid that Oba didn't give him full from grace on the wood.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that was a botch.
That was playing into my mind, but I generally thought Brock Lesnar just took a bump on the wood, because, to be fair, who would? It'd be hard and generally might break.
Having taken bumps in a normal ring, no thank you. No thank you.
No. what's insane with that move that Brock did with the tombstone, he did it with bare knees.
He did, yeah. Yeah,
He does not
that's
care.
not gonna. Yeah,
He
that's true.
does not care. So it's like he was supposed to take that bump on the wood to help emphasize that finish, but I think it was just people being too tired at one point, and like he couldn't really drag him over there like that to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a botch.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
that puts him up in my explanation slightly.
I mean,
Still
the
fair
thing
to
about the fall from braces is not a walk around power. I mean, it's a straight down, isn't it?
It's not,
pick
yeah.
up and straight down, isn't
Yeah.
it? So.
Yeah, it is.
So I give him that. You know, it reminded me of the old modified version of the old jackknife that Nash used to do.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
way classier.
Yes. He's not just chucking him, he's not just getting him up slightly and just chucking him down at the first opportunity, like Nash used to do.
Yeah.
Yep, so before we move on, I do remember like the rumours. I feel like it's always been a thing, but like rumours are, if anyone was to retire, Brock it'd be Gunther.
That was my thought.
So that's
I thought that was
the only
weird.
thing I felt like he'd return for is to get choked out by Gunther, but
Mhm.
I don't want that. It's just what I'm expecting would happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's anyone's choice but Brock's. I think if Brock wants to do it, you can do it, but yeah, don't really see bothered.
Brock's-
I don't see bothered.
Brock's had the perfect send off twice
Yeah.
this year now.
Yeah.
And then Brock said like, I want to go spend time on my farm, spend time with my kids. I'm like, don't blame you.
Yeah, he said
I would too.
McAfee.
Yep.
Yeah, he said on McAfee that he's retired.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna retire anyway, you retire in the ring, not on the Pat McAfee show. But do you think you can't? If we've got rid of that, I'm trying not to swear, but when you think you're rid of that bleach-haired former footballer, the absolute punter that he is, and now he's literally still got people going on the show giving him clothes. Like, just go away now, McAfee. We're done. Go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
with
sorry,
that,
I'm
we're done with Pat McAfee, and we will move on.
Thank you.
So just a brief showing that we all got 5 points from that because we all got it right. And obviously each right answer we 5 points in this section. All right, so we move on to the first of the two trios matches, and this one was LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys defeating the Bloodline. We all said the Bloodline would win this, and we all were utterly wrong. Because we just expected the cynical like Bloodline would win, a story beat would advance, but no. Like I've not watched either Raw or SmackDown, so I don't know what on earth is happening. This is my problem. I've not really watched the TV, so I don't know exactly the beats that have happened. But yeah, I'll pass it over to Mal to go through the match.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember what happened in this. It was indeed on the second match on the show, so it was on telly. I remember Solo Sikoa doing the rolling back and doing the yeet, which was
Yes.
pure comedy. And Solo Sikoa was very much, I think, the best person in the match, just because he actually had some form of personality, which is nice. And
Only
probably
taken 4 years.
yeah, but hey, it's more personality than a lot of people show in the roster, and at least allowed him to do it. And there wasn't. I think there was a sort of. Royce Keys did the nice power slam over the barricade that kind of looks like more of a. Arguably looked like more of a dive from Jacob Fatu, but yeah, it's difficult to make something like that look good. And then win was LA Knight sort of almost spiking. Who was it? Who fell on his head? Was it Jey Uso? During doing that move, which was intentional.
Yeah.
To pick up the win. It was indeed a 6-man tag. This is a very much I don't know, almost like a New Japan thing of having random 6-man tags on the undercard to further some storylines. It was fine, not offensive.
Yep. And then has anything happened on TV like regarding this. Please tell me about then. It's
The next night on Raw, LA Knight came out and called out Roman.
of course he did. Yes.
Saying I've dealt with your cousins. I dealt with everyone. I dealt with Jacob. I want your belt, sort of thing, basically. And when Roman went backstage, like, I'll deal with LA Knight. You guys couldn't even bring Solo back to the fold. I will deal with LA Knight. You stay out of this now. He was pissed with the he portrayed that he was pissed with the bloodline, which I like. I like a bit of dissension in the ranks. Although I'm a little bit disappointed how quickly Usos have already fallen back into where they were before they split in 2023. So quickly to drop back into where they were, and it's just feeling a bit repetitive all of a sudden again, which I don't like.
Yeah. And then quickly before we move on, what on earth do you think they'll do with Solo now, Chuck? Like, what's the next for Solo? Because I know this is the most over he's ever been. So will they finally do something with him, or is he just gonna go back to irrelevancy? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one because that's kind of a position where he's got his win. He's back on SmackDown now. But I didn't see much of him on SmackDown. Like, I didn't see much of him on SmackDown. It was kind of weird. So it's like, what's gonna happen next with Solo? He's broken away from the MFTs. They're doing their own thing. Like I said, he's kind of got his win over the bloodline. Maybe you could go after the United States title again as a face this time because you got what we're going to talk about next as a champion. You could do that. Honestly, I would say the main event scene is kind of loaded right now, considering. So my thing is now just keep giving him fun stuff to do, I guess. But yeah, I didn't see much of SmackDown, so
Yeah. Fair. Also, yeah, shout outs to Haku, who's now shown up. I'm aware of that one, and I was very happy to see that. So
I'm happy about that one. In fact,
I'm
as time
fascinated.
record, I'm fascinated by the fact that on next week's SmackDown they announced there'll be a triple threat tag match between the Viking and the War Raiders,
Yep.
R-Truth and Priest, and the MFTs with Haku in their corner. I can't wait to see that. And I didn't think I'd say that about any match involving the MFTs at one point.
Yeah. Hey, I generally don't know who's going to win that.
Do you think Haku's going to break into the ring and break someone's jaw like he did in real life, allegedly?
Anything's possible these days.
Yes, the allegedly thing is in there for legal reasons.
Yes, for legal reasons.
And for legal reasons, I'm gonna move on. So we all got no points here, so not much to talk about there. All right, so the third match we have to cover is Gunther versus Nick Aldis, which we all said Gunther would win, and yeah, that happened. It was about 10 minutes, wasn't it? Like how long was it? It was 11 minutes 40, so maybe slightly longer than we'd expect. But I enjoyed it. I think it was it my favourite match of the night because I wasn't too fond of everything else. Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll give it to Chuck to talk about the match if you remember it.
I think overall he looked impressive. I think he came out to an Oasis song that WWE usually don't go for. So maybe we should have seen it being him doing a one night only type of deal when he's going out to a song by Oasis, knowing how much copyrighted songs can go for. He looked good. he looked good. He looked like he still very much can go. I think at the end of the day, he knew his role in this. He knew when to be the one to be. I think he tapped, so he knew his role. He knew what to do. He knew how to, and he still moved around pretty well in the ring. That kind of had some surprising moments. And overall, I thought he did great. I thought he did great. He's now back as SmackDown GM, and I think it looks like to be a one night only deal.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I watched a clip of Aldis talking about what happened and the process of getting the theme, and he was asked 2 weeks before SummerSlam by Trips, what music would you want? Any music, nothing's off the tables, and he asked for Morning Glory. And then literally the day before, he was told they got it, and he was very excited. So it was literally a thing where Triple H was like, "Yeah, get like just any song like out of all songs you can think of." So yes, as you said, it's probably a one night thing, which sucks because Mao we very much wanted him to be more of a permanent thing, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did almost seem that they were setting up for him to be that. Really, I would say. Like obviously, if you we, I don't think when we were watching it, I don't think the licensed music kind of got in our heads because we just thought, oh, the licensed music be one night only thing, and they just get a normal theme.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like that, didn't he like get the GM back like literally on the post show?
I just said that next night. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did it. Yeah, there's yeah, and it's like yeah, they didn't. It's a bit weird. Gunther does seem to be given all of the not the wrestlers in WWE terms at least. Obviously, Nick Aldis and Magnus and all that. But it does mean it is good. It does mean you share a pair of hands, but
Yeah.
it's spinning wheelsy, I would say.
If you want someone to have a match with a Nick Aldis is a wrestler, so but I remember back to when Kurt Angle had his first match in WWE after all those years out. His first match back in, he was in that 3-on-5 TLC match, and his main partner in that match was Kane.
Yeah.
No safe pair of hands in the ring to look after someone than Kane. Gunther was clearly the person who was going to be with Nick Aldis because they knew that he would look after him. Plus, it does, as we found out, and we'll get to obviously, night two, obviously, it just stepped another level. The storyline continued still as it were. I hated this entrance.
Okay.
I hated this entrance because I'm not a fan of Oasis. I'm not a fan of Oasis at all. Of all the choices they could have made from Oasis, this catalogue, this would be somewhere towards the bottom, in my opinion.
There's nothing wrong with what's Stone Morning Glory.
It's my opinion, of course. I personally would have gone for, I don't know, I would have gone for Champagne Supernova.
Isn't Morning Glory his like indie song anyway? Like when he was in the indies? That's why he did it?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he did it. I think it was just a one-off thing. But yes, it's because it's a
I'm
very
not a
good song.
massive
That's
fan.
why he picked it. So
I mean, in his opinion, it's a good song. I don't like it personally, but it's not my wrestling theme song. Is about his. He got Live His Dream. I'm never taking that away from him. Obviously, if that's the worst thing about this night, then that's a pretty petty thing on my part. So it's really petty. It's the only negative I really had on night one.
Okay.
I think.
That's surprising.
I'm moving
I
on
think.
from that because I don't want to take in what you just said. There's some bad things on that one. Alright, so points wise, yeah, we all said Gunther, so that is indeed 5 points for everybody.
Yeah.
Now we have the Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio Human Monies on a pole match, which we also Danhausen to win. Danhausen did win. I don't want to talk about the match. Matt, do you want to talk about the match? Because I am. Yeah.
It was absolute circus. I loved it. The reason being is because wrestling it doesn't always have to be about technical wrestling. I mean, the whole point is that it all started in the circus. It was all about that in the first place. If you can't get behind the pantomime and all that sort of thing, all of this stuff that Danhausen does, it's just the other end of the spectrum from what Take used to do with the lightning bolts and all that sort of stuff, and making the ring shake and all that sort of stuff. If you can't suspend reality and live in that moment for a minute, you may as well stop watching wrestling. Because the fact of the matter is that as much as us wrestling fans, I mean, I'm not including myself in this bracket for a moment. The ones in this video call right now who have just facepalmed because of how much they didn't like this match, it wasn't aimed at you lot. It was aimed at the kids who were buying all the freaking merch, and they bought the merch, and the human monies clearly were their collectibles. Well, they're going for eBay for hundreds and hundreds of dollars right now.
Can't they just be bought anyway?
They
Like
can,
off
but
WWE shop?
you could have the ones that were touched by Danhausen.
Yeah, you got the one that's been on Danhausen's balls or whatever they were.
Jesus Christ!
That's the title. Danhausen's balls.
Oh God! I was trying so hard not to swear or anything like that, and then he drops that pearl of
You're not
wisdom.
to swear. Fuck
That's
shit.
where it's,
I know, but I've been told I swear too much. It's a chef thing. Sorry.
you swear too much. You never should have.
It said you swear to it.
You-
Oh boy, you never
Never.
stop swearing.
Swear up. But yeah, I think I'm not against comedy matches. This wasn't a comedy match. It was fine. It was for a comedy match. My worry is that this wasn't the most creative thing in the world. We've seen all this shit before.
Yeah.
Danhausen's brought out the mini-Hausens for all of his matches. He's done the sparkler thing from the top rope in all of his matches. It's just like you need to have some form of creativity. And I don't think Danhausen is. Danhausen is very creative. I think WWE are doing what WWE does with comedy wrestlers and kind of pigeonhole them into doing the same things over and over and over again, which they then get stale and then obviously kind of kills them a bit.
Speaking of stale, you set out quite nicely there, Mal, because everything that Danhausen did got massive pop on the night, but no one said his name. He still appeared. No real pop. A bit muted the pop, I thought, for Mr. Hendry in this match.
Yeah. I don't actually remember the pop, so you're probably right. But then that's kind of the problem, right? Joe Hendry's been doing the same thing over and over again. It's not been as creative as he has been with on the indies. He's obviously been restricted by not having licensed music and all that to riff off. But Danhausen has been like this is the first Danhausen match where we've not seen anything new, which isn't a great sign. I mean, this could just be a one-time thing. Could do something nice and fancy because Danhausen probably has billions of ideas in his head.
I mean, this is the first something in a pole match I think in about 20 years. WWE.
It was like 4 years because they did it in NXT 2.0, and then before
Does that count?
And then before that they did on Raws in 2018 guitar on a pole matches because of Elias.
Yeah.
Yes, apologies.
But
wasn't that a guitar and ladder match?
I think it was on a pole.
There was multiple guitars on a pole matches on Raw and on house shows.
I apologise then if I'm wrong about that one. Sorry.
The 2022 one was it was Tony D'Angelo versus Pete Dunne crowbar on a pole match in prime NXT 2.0. So
2.0 was 2.0. I try and scrub from my memory.
That's some good stuff.
Come Tuesday.
Not enough good stuff. That's the problem.
Tuesday. I like the sound of that. You had your own like episodes of like Italian mob boss bullshit. This is great. I have fond memories of 2.0 being rubbish. Anything else to add, Chuck?
think I kind of agree with Matt in the sense of it wasn't for us. Hell, it wasn't that bad on my account. Honestly, it was what it was. A ridiculous match in between all the wrestling. And
Yeah.
that's what Danhausen is to a lot of people, and it's kind of like the way how Jey Uso is perceived amongst the hardcores, the internet wrestling community, and the fans who are out there actually watching the match, like watching the matches in the arena, and the kids. As long as you're popular with the kids who will tell the parents what merch they want and be high merch sellers, whatever you want,
Yeah.
do it. Like, and the whole thing with Joe Hendry, I don't, with him not getting as much of a pop. Funny story on that. I was at a watch party in the Discord, and with friends, and one of my friends was we were at the point where JD was beating up one of the little Housens, and he was like, this seemed a good time for say his name, and he appears and he puts the sound at the same time Hendry comes out, and we were all laughing at the timing of it.
Well, now it makes sense as to why he actually appeared, because the commentary team actually said, like, well, someone must have said his name, because no one did on commentary or anywhere in the arena.
Yeah. Oh, also too, there was a missed opportunity. I believe in that too. Dom has a program with a Grande Americano facing each other at Triple Mania. Wouldn't, because Dom screwed him over a week before in a tag match with Perros Del Mar. Wouldn't this be a good place to screw Dom over for the money at WrestleMania, at SummerSlam, by just coming in and helping out Danhausen? I think that was a missed opportunity to show what could happen with the Triple Mania. Move that along at the same time. I think that was a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I'm generally frustrated because there's so many opportunities for El Grande to be on normal WWE product, and they're just choosing not to do it.
And that's another thing is,
it would make so much
Go ahead.
sense.
there's another example as well. So Roman is having a tournament between all the luchadors fighting each other in the world title. And I'm thinking that's a shoe-in for El Grande. And people in the back row was saying El Grande was going to get into this. He's not even in right now. He doesn't even look to be in the tournament. What is going on? What is good?
Yeah, so Chuck basically took my point I was going to say, but I'm happy for that. And that's basically what I was going to say. Is
I'm sorry,
El Grande could have been in that tournament. Instead, it's maybe Penta winning. It's just so uninspired.
I'd watch Penta Roman.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
But El Grande would be so much cooler. So
the most over guy in Mexico.
Yeah,
and they're doing it in Mexico City.
Why not? But
it's like WWE wants to throw away money rather than actually they want the money, but they really throw away at really actual times where fans actually want to come and see something, and it's ridiculous. And it's just, instead they love to have what they want to do instead of actually going by what the fans truly are trying to say to them. This yells a El Grande versus Roman final. This yells the chaos of having that whole fan base, the whole country of Mexico down on the Raw. And it's just, it feels like they missed something with that. They missed the idea of that. And it's just, we're doing this instead.
Whilst I agree with everything Chuck has just said, he's flapping his arms so much he's going to take off momentarily.
Yeah, just before we move on, shout out to Masquerita Dorado as well.
Yes.
He was there. I like Masquerita Dorado. He's fun. He always does good lucha things.
Yeah, he is. He's generally the only good thing about the current setup with Danhausen. Yeah. Before we move on, I just want to go over. Wait, did you have something to say about?
Yes. Also, Dominic Mysterio did not look like he wanted to be there at all.
Why is everyone stealing my points?
Sorry.
So because they're good points, we've just made them as well.
I was gonna just say a few things, like obviously Dominic Mysterio looked fucking miserable. and he just didn't want to do it, and he then posted something on social media to like hint that he was not happy. And I think just the poignant thing that was said during this whole conversation, because we've very much talked too much about a Danhausen match, but I mean this valid discussion is needed because it kind of just brings the poignant point in my head of, yeah, I don't, this match wasn't meant for me. That's why I didn't enjoy it. But that also kind of sums up WWE for me at the moment. It's not meant for me. It's meant for kids. It's meant for, you know, people who aren't as into like everything wrestling wise. It's into a certain demographic of like people who are interested in certain things, and it's just not for me as much anymore as it used to be, which is a big shame. But yeah, it just feels like, yeah, it's for merch selling, it's for social media, it's for, and it just doesn't fit me, and that's fine. It's just things like Danhausen recently and other things have kind of made me come to that realization myself, like it's just not meant for me, and that's generally okay. So yeah, that is indeed a poignant thing that this match kind of summarizes a bit for me, is why I'm just a bit done with some of this current product. Yeah. With that, I'll move on. I apologize.
It's like I can't really disagree with that.
We're bad. We're on a podcast talking our
Yeah.
opinions. You have yours.
I know.
You're good.
Yeah.
It's hard to be
valid.
wrong, but
I mean, I have a feeling that two people will agree with me, and you're not one of them. So it's
yeah,
fine.
no, because this was one match out of 12.
Oh, I have issues with other matches. Don't worry.
I dare say I'm locked in for him as well.
I mean, I didn't like the Trios match earlier, so yes, that's at least one of them. This one, yeah, there's plenty more. Right, points wise, we all said Danhausen, so that's all 5 points. Alright, next we had what we thought was Sami Zayn vs Finn Balor, but as they both came out, Nick Aldis came out, who is now general manager again because Triple H ripped up his letter of resignation, and announced that he had someone in the match. That someone was Gunther. Sammy crashed out, and then Nick Aldis said he had someone else in the match, and Kevin Owens returned, which I was not expecting. No one was expecting it. You know, he just came back from a pretty horrible neck injury, and yeah, it was a very very quick turnaround for that, and yeah. Obviously, as soon as he comes out, it's like, okay, yeah, Kevin's winning. There's no other way to do it. It was very much a very, very good way to open Night 2. So this kind of just renders our predictions completely pointless, because two of us said Balor, two of us said Zayn, but obviously, if we knew in hindsight what the match was actually going to be, we would have said Kevin Owens. So yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Mal, you enjoyed it too, right?
Yeah, it was good. It was I think I remember thinking it was surprisingly short, but I guess it was on TV. And we had all the build up with the entrances and stuff, and I understand why Gunther was there. It was to have the whole Nick Aldis match have a point to it, essentially. The favour, paying him a favour. Did it need to be in this match? He could have saved it for down the line if Nick Aldis is going to stay in as SmackDown GM. And also, I do kind of wonder what Gunther's going to do now. He's just there. He wasn't involved in the pin, which is good. But he's just... There was a bit after the match where he seemed annoyed, which as he should be, I guess, that he was brought into the match and he didn't really get a chance to win. I mean, there's all skill issue, but it can't always need to be a thing. They got to continue on the Aldis feud, which is a bit weird to me, but I could be wrong. Did anything happen on the TV involving Gunther? Did he like pop up anywhere? No. Okay. Don't know then.
Well, it's a good segue to my question I've been saving up since the Gunther Aldis match to ask Matt, what's next for Gunther?
It's a good question on that side of things. Really good question. Because after what happened at SummerSlam, there's no clear direction for him at the moment, which in a way is a good thing because it means we don't know what's going to happen. And I kind of like not knowing sometimes. I kind of like that surprise. Case in point, sitting there watching SummerSlam Night 2 happen, seeing Nick Aldis come out and bringing Gunther in. My husband's literally walking in and out, getting ready for bed, seeing me marking out Gunther. And then when Nick Aldis says, I got another person, I'm literally sitting there as an atheist, my hands clasped in prayer, saying, please be KO, please be KO, please be KO, please be KO. And then the music actually hits, and I think I woke 2 houses up with my scream because I was so happy. I didn't care if he won or lost. The fact that he may have never been able to even wrestle again and was actually back at SummerSlam with no spoiler as well, by the way.
Yeah. No
That's
spoiler.
the best thing about it. And I said to Chris, this is what we expected from a Triple H era. This sort of thing is what we wanted from a Triple H era. It is like TKO were put in a cupboard and the door was locked for this show. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I loved Sammy's crash out. I felt a little bit bad because I wanted my boy Finn to win. But Finn will get a shot down the line, hopefully, because I want to see Finn versus Punk down the line, or even Finn versus Owens. Yes, please. Yes, please. I'd love to see that down the line. I'm not sure, but to answer your question, which is what I haven't really done yet, Gunther, I have no idea what's going to be next for him. Maybe he takes aim at Adam Pearce next. They've seen a bit of a hoo-ha while he was running things, while Nick Aldis wasn't in charge of SmackDown. I mean, let's face it, he again, with a safe pair of hands, maybe it's Survivor Series. You never know. I have no idea is the answer to your question. I have no idea what Gunther's going to do.
Yeah.
I don't think TKO know what's next for Gunther, and that's okay.
Yeah. I think the worry is if this happens more frequently, which it kind of has been. Like Gunther has been the guy who his like at Mania, his match wasn't exactly telegraphed, was it? It was him versus Rollins because Rollins didn't have anyone. Then Gunther had been chucked in against McAfee and other non-wrestling people. And yeah, he's kind of, I don't know, he might be falling into the kind of the guy you shouldn't be at work, where you kind of get you kind of too much of a yes man, where you kind of get told to do things and then you just kind of say yes because you want to be nice, but then you kind of just don't have a clear direction. Essentially, you just kind of just do it. But yeah, I mean, it's, as you say, anything could happen in between now and Mania, Survivor Series, the next pay-per-view. Any event which can slot into whatever we can do, really. Which I guess is a good thing, but also.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then my next question was to Chuck. What's next for Sami Zayn?
He's still revolving around that CM Punk, Kevin Owens mix on SmackDown. He had a heated exchange with Kevin, actually, where he was happy to see him again, but still frustrated that his moment hasn't come again, and that he was really pissed off at it. And Kevin's like, I don't care. I won the match. You had your chance. I won the match. And, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to face CM Punk. And you know what? If I beat him, you're first up. It's like, okay. So we will see how that rolls out. And to be added with Kevin Owens, he had a great promo with CM Punk. Kind of just very good promo. And it just ended him just... I'm surprised. I mean, it is USA. They could do it a little bit more than like your regular network. But he just called him piece of shit. He said, piece of shit you are. It's like, okay. This is the promos I'm in. I'm injected in thy veins. Yeah, and that moment with Kevin Owens coming came out of nowhere in my mind. I did not know who was gonna come out because I had different ideas in my mind, and I did have like okay, I can't say I kind of had an inkling. I thought it would be funny that crazy would be like Kevin Owens just comes out all of a sudden to this. But even then, I didn't think they would pull it off, and they did. And like you, Matt, I was yeah, they could hear my screams, like my yells. I know my roommate was annoyed from across the room, across the hall. Um, sorry. So yeah, yeah. It was a very cool moment.
To further develop the Sami Zayn thing, there was a little bit backstage on SmackDown with where Sami Zayn was ranting at Candice LeRae and the still
Yeah.
planking Johnny Gargano. CM Punk turned up and said, "Are we still doing this?" And
Yep.
they were aiming. That was the fans. He was speaking through Punk, the fans. So like, are we still doing this with Johnny Gargano? Because it is getting a bit boring at this point. But then, and by that I mean I'm talking about you, Sammy, bitching and moaning. I'm like, I mean, it's fair. You flip it both ways, Punk. We if the Johnny thing was funny to begin with, but it's been 4 months now. Can we do something? Can we get some kind of payoff at this point for it?
Can
You know,
you give it to AEW, please?
like Candice pushed him over to actually get a title shot once, but he landed on someone. That was funny. That was really good, but it did nothing following it up.
Yes.
I love Johnny Gargano. I kind of love this shtick, but I need some payoff at this point. It's been 4 months with no payoff.
How about Candice LeRae cooking Johnny Gargano with Rusev and have a repeat of the Lana thing?
Oh
And
gosh.
but with Rusev as the cookie.
Back in 2019, that was that angle with Rusev, Lashley, and Lana and Ziggler. I was trying like crazy to try and get my husband wrestling at the time. We were in America. It was on USA at the time, and I put it on, and he was like, I can't get into this." Gave him dropped the remote control on the sofa. He didn't even touch the sofa before he changed the channel. Which says it all about that angle at the time when you can't get a casual fan. Because he is a casual fan. You can't get a casual fan into wrestling with that sort of angle. You just can't.
Well, it was entirely to satisfy Vince's weird fetish, probably, to be honest.
More than likely.
Allegedly. I don't think there's any really thing you say about it. It wasn't really forwarding any storyline.
I'm not entirely sure it's alleged anymore at this point, my dude. I mean, bearing in mind he used to write himself in angle so he could make out of all these young women.
Yeah. But isn't it the court case has been dismissed, so we have to say alleged, even though he probably did it.
Yes.
Okay.
Your point is taken, yeah.
Alright.
I think we're going to legally move on again.
Let's legally move on and not talk about Vince's weird fetishes.
Yes. There's another option for a title.
No. So yeah. 0 points from everyone. Yeah, we're not having that in title, no way. Okay, next up is the other trios match, which was Bears and Page versus Fatal Influence. We were 50-50 on this. We were very much 50-50. Me and Chuck said Bears and Page, and then Mal and Matt were both right because they said that Fatal Influence would win. So I mean, no, we won't go to Matt first because he's just gonna be smug. So Chuck, give your thoughts on the match.
I mean,
So-
he's right.
Yeah, I mean, it was there. Honestly, it was a match that was there, and it did help. I guess it was used to help Fatal Influence get over more by taking down the Legends, but it just, and also the end match angle as well, as Paige broke Paige got beaten up by Nikki, who's now with re-injured. It looks like it's just gonna be Nikki versus Paige and whatever next, and the next PLE. So, or maybe on SmackDown. It was there. It was solid. I still feel like JC Jane could have been used more in the like the world title ladder match. She could have been doing that. She may have not won, but it would have found a way to be more involved in that sense. I know it looked like they really wanted for Fatal Influence to get a big win, so that's ended up being that. So, look, it was just there. I mean, Bree was okay till the injury, and now she's likely out for a while. And like, yeah, it's unfortunate too because Bree has really put a lot into being a part of this, and but overall in the day for me, it's not a surprise. It's there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let Matt be smug about his prediction here.
I was right.
Well,
I was right that the Bellas would turn on Paige at the end of the match.
You said the Paige would turn on them.
No, I said Bellas would turn on
You
Paige.
said Paige would turn.
I listened back to the tape before you and that one, my friend, but I'm relatively sure I did say that the Bellas would turn on Paige. Particularly Nikki Bella would turn on Paige.
Sure, I don't think that's what you said, but I'll let you continue.
Thank you. In any case, 5 points is 5 points. And much as I may not have wanted Fatal Influence to win it because I do for Paige, the booking made sense here. So that's why I chose it, and that's why I'm happy to have been proven correct. I'm not being too smug about it, but you asked me to be smug, so I'm going to be.
I didn't ask you to be smug. That's just a given. Also,
I get so many of these wrong. To be fair, give me something. Give me something.
I'm very much enjoying every so often. Just hearing the seagulls. It's quite funny, and it's not surprising who it's from.
You wanted my microphone turned up. What more do you want?
I don't.
I'm a mile and a half from the coast by him.
Yeah, exactly. We got nice seagull ambience. Right, anything else to add before we move on now?
Yeah.
The right winners, the match. Well, it was indeed one of the matches of all time. They should have been on TV.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Nikki Bella versus Paige. Great.
Woo.
I am so infused for that at whatever the next pay-per-view is going to be called. Let me just go away.
I think the next one is Survivor Series.
They're doing Survivor Series. Oh, they're going to do War Games. Oh.
Well, Survivor Series War Games.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say they were going to do War Games with Nikki Bella and Paige as the main captains.
No,
I could see that.
Jesus.
Because that is like the main sort of non-title feud in the women's division at this point.
The next show is in September, which is going to be Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Money in the Bank. So yeah. My bad.
They've moved it this year. They've moved it.
So weird.
They did.
I don't like it not in May.
Yeah.
Okay.
They could go in there and give it like 5 minutes. Then just have them both disappear off and go in total dead bellas or whatever. If that's still a thing.
Talking about 5 minutes, we'll move on to a match that probably should have been 5 minutes. I'll just quickly show the points. There we go. Five points to Matt. Okay, so next we have Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin, where Baron Corbin is once again a champion in WWE. I mean, I'm annoyed Matt got points here out of everyone, because it's a very such a out there prediction, though I was very happy that Baron Corbin won because it was really funny because it's just why. Um, so yeah, I mean, do you want to give your first thoughts, Mel, to this match?
Yeah, this was another match of all time. Baron Corbin is still Baron Corbin. He does some cool moves. I cannot get enthused about him otherwise. I'm sorry. He's just there. I guess this was like kind of in two minds about it. Triple Williams' first title has just been a bit shit. It was like they did nothing. Triple Williams did like nothing. Like Mello, who was like should be like the main sort of feud he was going to be with. What's he been doing? Nothing. He's been kind of on. He's been on TV a few times, but like he's kind of sort of been tangentially involved with this, but he's not like they're not really done anything. And you think they would have done the match that people would want out of this rather than giving them some semi-okay title defenses. Why does he still have why does he still have Lil Yachty? He doesn't need him. Triple Williams can talk. He can do a good promo. But on the other hand, it's Baron Corbin. What are they going to do with him? Drop the title immediately to someone more deserving, and then have Baron Corbin be Baron Corbin and just bum around. I also can't remember anything about the match apart from the end was like a belt shot, wasn't it? After referee distraction, which was kind of caused by Lil Yachty. And there was also a bit. I do remember was mentioning a bit of like earlier on in the match when me and Eloise watched it. That there was a very weird bit where Baron Corbin was being very face-like and trying to fend off the manager and Trick Williams at the same time, which was a bit weird. Yeah, that's my summary of the match. Yeah.
The thing I was expecting you to mention was the bit where Baron Corbin was like trying to waste time and then just had to shout at Yachty because Yachty very much missed his mark and didn't get timing right, and in the bit where Baron Corbin would then stumble to the back of the ropes and Yachty would smack him with a Gender stick. Yachty completely missed his mark and it looked really crap because I immediately clocked he shouted at Yachty. It wasn't very subtle, but yeah. So yeah, it was a bit messy. So Chuck, I very much have heard a lot on social media that this was very much stealing Carmelo's moment and it should have been Carmelo. What was your thoughts in that statement? Do you agree?
Oh no. Like, it's been a weird time for Carmelo. Like, he's been really trying to really show what he can do as a as a guy that can main event. But it's just like, where's that moment? And that could have been his moment here. But it's just, they should have had done more with him versus Trick. I just think there was more into it. Like, they have a history of like being like a duo that, you know, worked together in the past before Trick went out on his own. And like, there was more, but they could have done more behind this. But I was sure surprised by Corbin winning, and I'm kind of more surprised that they're going to keep going at this rivalry between him and Trick. It's because the way it looks like they had a rematch on SmackDown, and now it's gonna keep kept going. It's just like, really, this is what you're putting into this. And then Melo's involved now because he punched Corbin at the end, and then around the end of the night, so he's going to try to get in on this as well. Could be a triple threat down the line, which could be real good, but yeah, feels weird.
Well, time recording next week on SmackDown, it's Melo versus Corbin for the title.
Yeah, which could lead to a triple threat down the line. That's my feel.
But I can see that coming as well, to be fair, yeah.
All right, I think that's enough to talk about. Actually, I'll let Matt talk about.
I don't have much to add really because the little Yachty thing did annoy me a little bit. I've got to admit, it didn't annoy me much as when Rico had the shout at Jeff Hardy back in 2002, which so much so W cut it from a Survivor Series elimination match from 2002. You can't find it anywhere on their footage. They've cut that bit out. Like, my favourite bit of Rico saying, "Come on, Jeff! God damn it!" You could actually hear him screaming it on the audio. It wasn't quite as bad as that, but it was up there. And it's not going to be easy for them to cut either.
Yeah, no, they're not
From either. I can speak from experience. I mean, I know I'm an indie guy, but it's not easy sometimes to get into the right position for that sort of thing. But the fact of the matter is that if you've been tasked with this, you should be in the right position at the right time. It's not like you haven't been given plenty of time to run through this stuff. We get 5 minutes to plan our matches on the indies. 5-10 minutes to plan our matches. You know, you've had weeks. On the day, you've got hours to plan this. You don't need Little Yachty, as my friends have said. Little Yachty is not needed. He was good for a spell going into Mania. We're now late August. Little Yachty, shoot.
He's become more of a hindrance, hasn't he? Now, I would say.
Yeah, one could argue that he actually cost Trick the title because he did.
Yeah, I can see
twice.
Mm.
I suppose I can't wait for the Trick Williams versus Little Yachty match going to get from this.
Please.
Oh, that probably happen. That'll probably happen,
Yeah.
and I would sort of be here for it.
Alright. I'm moving on because I hate the idea of that, and I'm now annoyed that's been put into the universe. Alright.
So,
You should be. Alright, 5 points to Matt. And then we move on to the women's. I mean, it was for the interim women's championship, but it's now the actual women's championship because it's been stripped from. Yeah, it was upgraded to the actual because Rhea's not going to be back for a while.
Right, she had surgery, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Oh.
So yeah, Chelsea Green won it, as everyone said apart from me. I had a stinker because I think I forgot that. Well, I just don't think I was aware that Tiffany Stratton was US champion. So that was stupid. So yeah, I'll let Matt run through the match.
Before we do, where are you reading that that it's been upgraded? Because according to things, she's still the lineal champion.
Lineal?
Yeah, as in reigning.
I saw.
You mean interim?
No, she's not lineal. No, she's lineal. Interim champion is still classed for Chelsea Green, who herself is now injured. Of course.
Chelsea Green is now injured or to win. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I heard it on So I think I think she came out with a shirt saying she was the permanent champion. The shirt she came out to had the permanent champion on, but now I think they've maybe stepped back or maybe not pushed it as much officially because she then got injured herself.
Possibly.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's
Orbital
done orbital bone. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh,
women's challenger is
shit.
cursed at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a solid ladder match. You know, enjoyable from start to finish. I particularly liked the spot when the baddies came in to help Jade and they left Chelsea hanging upside down. At that point, I knew Chelsea. I think we all pretty much get at that point Chelsea was going to win because of the way they left her. But the spots were solid. You know, I can't really fault. But at the match to go, it was solid. Nothing really went bad, which with Jade Cargill in the match is saying something. Yeah, I have nothing really to add there apart from that I'm really glad Chelsea won because she really, really fucking deserved it. She worked so hard for so long, and
Yeah.
also the fact that after the show on the post show she then stuck it to Michael Hayes, even happier about that. Really, really fucking happy about that.
Yeah. I don't know if there's. Do you have anything else to say, Mel?
I mean, no, this wasn't bad. I just think it was a bit weak compared to some of the recent ladder matches. Like, there wasn't. I can't. I'm thinking back at it. I'm trying to think of anything memorable other than how Chelsea winning, which was a nice little. I guess a swerve up we get. As you said, we all saw it coming. Like sports wise, did Last Legend powerbomb someone onto a ladder? Was it Jay Cargill? Was it Tiff? It was Tiffany, because I remember Tiffany took a lot of shit in that
Yeah,
match.
Tiff died.
Tiff was the only one who really tried to die in this match.
That was
and
the dangle Charlotte Flair spot.
Oh, that one, yes. That was also a thing where they to be fair, they did manage to catch her because it was Jay Cargill and Last Legend who
Not very well, but yeah.
yeah.
That was dodgy.
Yeah.
That was a bit dodgy.
I mean, I mean, to be fair, I said it was solid. I didn't say it was spectacular or nothing. It didn't break any new ground, but it was solid.
Yeah. I think I don't think this will go down in the memory of the. If you rank this on terms of ladder matches, it'll probably be near the bottom. Unfortunately, not that it's bad. I think there's just nothing memorable, and
Yeah,
it was just there.
Yeah.
It maybe kind of was in the middle of sort of a bit of a lull in the second night's sort of matches. Really, I'd say.
Anything else to add, Chuck?
You're right. This is cursed. This title's cursed.
Sure is.
Like, goodness, anyone had like a notable injury. Like, these last few months has been wild. Like, Cargo kind of had the injury free, but even then, it wasn't that good. Goodness. It was a great moment with Chelsea holding the title. I think. And then, like you said in the interview itself, she was thanking Michael P.S. Haynes. I still believe in the fact that in their minds it's like she might be a world champion permanently, but she could be interim, and it's just. But now with Rhea getting surgery, and now they have to move that title actually being the title for her, and now she's injured too. What's like? What do you do next?
Yes.
What can you do next?
So
Like,
it's very much like last minute scrambling. The whole because I had enough of a look. She came out as permanent, but they're now not officially saying it because obviously the injury itself. So it's an absolute mess, and hopefully we get to figure out what's happening anytime soon. I think you can wrestle with a fractured orbital bone.
you can. Yeah,
But
But
you have to wear the mask, don't you?
you can.
but
And
You'd
it's,
be wearing a mask basically.
and she can. And oh my god, the merch nose mask would be fantastic for Chelsea Green. Matt
Oh yeah,
Cardona's
she'll turn into some cool looking merch. She's always been creative with that. With her gimmick.
Matt Cardona's going to request action figures with the masks as well, for sure. You know that. And you know what? Fair play to him on that one. And I'm calling it now in advance for when it happens. Chelsea's going over on Rhea.
Okay.
I fully believe Rhea
No,
win,
can't see.
but
Wait. No, yeah, Rhea's winning.
yeah.
If Rhea was healthy, she would be winning and be right back to business as usual.
100%, yeah.
I think it would have been like a Gunther, Nick Aldis type of situation that she would give a hell of a fight.
too, so.
Because, well, Nick Aldis was out of all the people Gunther's been facing lately, besides maybe Seth Rollins, has gave the best fight, but we all knew Gunther was winning.
Yeah.
Like, she would be saying, "Oh hell, that's I did not see her fight like this. A hell of a fight." But
I'm probably wrong, Chuck and Eloise and Mal. I'm probably wrong, but every now and again, I do get an out there prediction right.
Sure. I mean, you do. I mean, you got some of the predictions right here. I did not see Corbin winning, so.
But then 90% of the time, you get an out there prediction wrong. So
True,
swings
but
and roundabouts.
you miss all the shots you don't take.
And a dead clock can be twice a day.
With that,
Shall we move on?
we'll move on just quickly. 5 points everyone but me. Okay, so next up is the opener of night 1, I think it was, which was Liv Morgan beating Io Sky in about 14 minutes. I'm gonna get someone else to talk about this because I don't want to talk about this match.
What?
Chuck.
Sure. It was actually I thought it was a good match. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I thought both women went for it, especially Io. The finish was actually pretty good. Like the way that they countered off each other with their moves, especially with Io getting up. I think it was it the first Oblivion or was it a Codebreaker? It was like a first Oblivion and then turning it into a Codebreaker for Liv, and then the second Oblivion won it, and it's just that was a good finish. And I'm a bit surprised how good that went, but a bit because at the end of the day, it's Io. She's been male, female, the one of the top pure wrestlers in the world, like top 5 right now. And Liv gave a showing why she is in the top of the heap in the main event scene for the women's division. She is a heel that actually could show some acumen. She's far from the Jersey girl that came out of NXT shows when she started. Like she has some improvement. I mean, the song's still crap, but she still is pretty good. She is real good in her own right. So I thought it was a solid match. It did what it should. I was a bit surprised about Liv winning, but I was actually that match kind of like, okay, I can see why Liv's champ. As much as I wanted Io to win, and I chose Io to win, I can see why they have her as champ in the first place. So, yeah, I think that really shows up there. And honestly, yeah, GG's and with that.
Matt, anything to add?
I was annoyed about this until Monday Night Raw.
Ah, yes.
I wasn't quite so annoyed at that point. Because I'm like, she hasn't defended the championship in like 100 days. She at any point, not even on house shows or anything like that. Which I'm like, come on already. That's why I thought Io would be quite a nice pick because the whole she's still cursing. Didn't even run with her curse stuff. Which surprised me a little bit. I think we all expected a little bit of that to be stricken through, but no. But again, it's tainted. Again, it's another tainted one because how many times does Judgment have to get involved in the matches to actually get the job done still? And then Monday Night Raw happened. And I was quite pleased to see 2 returns. One more than the other. I'll let you decide which one. And at least we've got some different matches happening. For the championship.
More variety in the division, yeah.
Bit of variety in the division at last, which is nice. It's not the same thing back and forth. It was fine. It was one of the better matches of the weekend. I think it was the second highest rated match of the weekend. So it can't be that bad. I'm not sure everyone is in agreement on that one in this call, but it is a fact as voted for by a certain uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, just to that, yes, the fitness was the second highest rated match, equal with a match we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Another match we'll talk about later. yeah, I was kind of surprised as rated high as it was. It was fine. I don't think it was anything particularly special. It was a Io Sky sort of a baseline level Io Sky match, really, with various shenanigans and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it was a decent way to open SummerSlam. It wasn't like a terrible match or anything. And yeah, the people that came back will indeed actually make the division moderately interesting, which is nice.
Who? Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, the people who were who was on Raw."
If Stephanie McCare returned,
Of
and
course.
so did Becky Lynch.
Yes.
Did she? I only saw
Yeah.
Steve. Okay.
And Becky Lynch made it very clear she wants the women's championship, not the Intercontinental this time.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. I mean, Steve. I want Steve to win it. So there we go. So I obviously me and Mel both said Liv, so we both get points for this. I'm a big Io fan. I think she's incredible, and I'm generally I picked Liv because I want to be cynical, and it was right. I was just a bit annoyed because it felt like it was a bit flat in my opinion, and then I didn't like the finish, and I was like, why is Liv winning this? And I get it's because she hasn't defended it, but why hasn't she defended it in 100 days? Why has it taken 100 days for her first defense? You know, why have they just not done anything with Liv? To then, at SummerSlam, it be her first defense against an Io who lost because of bullshit. Why does that have to be the outcome? You know, I would have been so happy if Io won that because it's just Io, but once again, just kind of using Io in this way, and I don't like it, and it just. So I generally got a bit frustrated, and then people were bigging up this match. I'm like, it just didn't do much for me,
Yeah.
which is fine. That's completely fine. It's just I was personally a bit upset with the match, and I felt like it disappointed me.
Yeah. I think we'll touch upon Dave's stuff later. He very much overrated this pay-per-view. Most matches on this show, in my opinion. He must have been on the happy juice during this.
Yeah. Dave, have you watched Mercedes Moné vs. Maya World yet? Watch the match, Dave. Watch the match. Alright. We'll move on. Also, yes, he's not watched it yet. Okay, so that is 5 points to both me and Mel. Okay, so Penta vs. Gable, which was a good match. I enjoyed it. It had good bits to it. Wasn't as good as I thought it was. Wasn't given as much time as I thought it'd be given. Just kind of fucks me over points later. Yeah, I'll let Mel first talk about the match.
Yeah, I think I mentioned when we were predicting what will get the best rating from Dave, just mentioned Dave again, is that I think this would have been the best match on the night if it was given time, if it was given 20 minutes. But it wasn't. And at that end, it kind of felt like it was a bit cut off, like in its prime almost. Like, oh yeah, I mean, this was like, there was the makings of a really, really, really great match here. But it was just too short for it. The main thing I want to talk about is the post-match thing. Chad Gable's family comes out. It's all lovely and happy.
I was gonna say, yeah, we had the makings of a great match, but you know what was truly important? Makings of a great commercial.
Yes.
More great money coming in.
Yes. And everyone celebrates with a lovely mug root beer. With the sponsor of, not even the sponsor of the match, just another sponsor. The big mug dog mascot thingy coming out and celebrating with him. Which I think did we have the thought that this was gonna be someone to cut off Chad Gable and beat him down. Because in my head that was like the perfect time to do it. Like
that would have been an Ethan Page moment. Like Ethan Page would have done
Yeah,
something like
sure.
that. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, makes sense. And you got your first contender for the title. It's like, all right, there we go. But no, nothing.
Yeah, it could be
Because
fun,
you know
could be-
what?
could
You
be-
know why, Val? He got that dog in him.
But yeah, it's just it's a nice moment ruined by capitalism, as was Everdos. I would have overlooked that if that this match was given 10 more minutes, but it wasn't. So skill issue.
So, and then I'll before we move on, I'll ask Matt. What do you think Gable's title reign is going to be with this? Because I fear it's going to be a short one. But what's next for Chad?
Well, if you believe what you saw on Monday Night Raw, it could be short. It could also potentially be if it's done, if it's booked, if it's about how it's booked, I guess. I don't know. I think there's the potential here for it to be a relatively lengthy one. Possibly ending at Survivor Series, maybe. Because Dirty Dom and JD were the ones interrupting it all on Monday Night Raw, so it would seem that Penta versus versus Dom is going to be happening in the Triple A tournament at some point, which means JD McDonough probably against Chad put it at Money in the Bank, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with it. I don't. It's not going to sell tickets, in my opinion. Because JD McDonough is he's what they used to call a mechanic back in the day. He can have good matches with good people, but he's not the person who put belts on. Besides the tag title.
Yeah, he's the filler guy, isn't he?
Of this tag team, he is the Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
And that's being generous, I think, to him, because Dominic Mysterio is destined for greater things than the Judgment Day, which seems to be now all about the women anyway. No offense to the women, of course, but it does.
Oh, that's the
That could
word.
also be a title.
I'm going
But-
to write that down too.
But I don't think the Judgment Day the Judgment Day, the women outnumber the men, which I think the first time that's happened in a faction in WWE ever.
Which is cool.
Which is cool, obviously, which is really cool. But at the same time, they don't really need Dom and JD anymore. I'm happy with them just being the three women.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So I think that JD is very much spinning his wheels, and an Intercontinental title picture is probably the best he can really hope for at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think it's way too high, considering.
I also agree, but as I'm saying, it's the best he probably hope for at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's move on from JD McDonough.
Wow.
You. So 5 points to everyone because you all said Chad. Okay, and then we got what I thought was going to be the night 1 main event, which became the night 2 main event. So unfortunately, it's a bit anticlimactic because we'll talk about Punk Rose last. But yeah, this very much went 33 minutes, which we'll get to later. I'll give Chuck the honors of talking about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
Before I move to that, I wanted to give my 2 cents on the Gable Penta match.
Oh,
I had a little
okay.
bit more to, yeah, because that match felt abrupt. Like that ending felt abrupt to me. Like yes, he pulled him back from the ankle lock and laying down. It's like yeah, I just feel like overall, like I said earlier, but and another thing that just really thought up in my mind is just that should have been a more impactful moment for Chad Gable and his character and what he does. I didn't like even with the entrance, I didn't feel that. Like I felt like I wanted to feel good for him with this sense. But they just this whole face run of his, the creator's been shit. Like I feel like there should have been a bit more behind it, a bit like a bit less cheesy, a bit more focused and ready to go. Like I thought at first the clap thing was funny. I remember in college we did something like that to the saxophone song, um, at Eurovision. But like looking back on it now, the cheesiness is oozing like it comes out of a stuffed crust pizza, and it just doesn't match what Chad Gable can truly become. He can truly become a killer, a focus, eyes in it, go for it killer. And yes, I know it's kind of cheesy to put him under Kurt Angle, but we really haven't anyone like that with that focus, with that Olympic acumen that really can work well in the ring since. And this is your guy you can do that more with. But it just doesn't. Ah! I'm so sad because we had Mask versus Match. We had, and then him really showing what he can become with that match. But it just hasn't been realized in this face run. And it's just, will it ever be realized in WWE for him?
Yeah,
That's my question on that. And I know I'm gonna go to Roman versus Rollins, but like it just in the back of my mind is like we could have him for so much more than what he's currently being dealt with creatively.
yeah. I think the phrase you might describe it as is a bit tokenistic at the moment. It's it's like he's done something good in AAA. Everyone's like, "Tim, we kind of have to give him something."
Right.
And it also coincided with Penta's sort of middling run of IC title, so they had a very convenient spot to do it. But it's not been like it's just been yeah, and
it's been TKO'd.
Yeah,
it's been TKO'd. Like technical knockout and this damn company. They cannot like I remember you were talking about putting TKO in the closet, Matt. They had to creep themselves out of it with this end of the match and this match as a whole being so short just to get that dog in them. And it's just you're kidding me. You're kidding me. TKO, it's like EA. They can't seem to get themselves out of the way. They want to be in the midst of that, and it's just so frustrating because there's so much you can give to the guy, and it's just he should be happy he got his first singles title, his first singles run, and I'm happy for him in that sense. But the way he got there after the mask match, and just where was it going, there's just something missing within his like run currently that just makes me feel like, oh yeah, he's really gonna take that next step. And I think a lot of it is just TKO can't seem to get out of their own way. But yeah, on to sorry, Eloise, I just had to
Run it back.
I'm sorry. So Rollins versus Roman versus Ambrose with a mask. The mask of Ambrose. I think overall that match paid its purpose. I think this is it for Rollins and Roman. And it just was supposed to signify the true closing of their history of the Shield. Because Ambrose ain't coming back. He's not coming back. He's killing as John Moxley in AEW. He's doing his thing. So they had to find some way to really complete it up. And I think this is as good as you can get without Moxley or Ambrose. This is as good as you get without Dean Ambrose involved in the picture. And I think the overall match in itself was very good. I think no interference really helped with that. I think at the end of the day, it should have been just them two. Like, this is where it comes down to. Them two, the Shield. The only other interruption you could have said made sense was Ambrose looking at them both. And then at the end sequence of, Roman wanting to give him the chair finally, and he has that opportunity. The ref's knocked out. The chair's right in his hand. He is right there, like he could do it, but he decided, nah. Just threw the chair away. And it's like his move on moment, his moment where he says, let's get past it. And then the fist bump at the end. I think it just finally, this shows to me too, that Roman's on his swan song in WWE. Like, we're soon to see him much less once he drops this title. Like, even less. Like, I'm talking about, he could be near retirement with this type of match, the way it ends. Hey, he's part-time after, like, this world title run, in my mind.
And then Matt, what are your thoughts?
Match was one of the best I've seen Roman do. Seth can drag a great match out of most people in the roster. This was brilliant. With one exception. One thing about it I didn't like. It's not the dirty deeds. It's not the springboard rope lariat that Ambrose used to do. I was fine with both of them. What I was pissed off about was, why the bloody chair thing again? They put this to bed at WrestleMania 40. Why are we still harping on about this?
Oh, no, Go ahead.
They made a big deal about him finally getting the chair shot back on him at WrestleMania 40. They made a big song and dance about it. Why did they have to bring that into this again when it's already been done and dusted? They didn't need to. For me, it added nothing to the match. But that's just my opinion. It did nothing for me. If it did nothing for you, that's fine. It did nothing for me. It didn't add anything for me.
Yep.
I'm gonna counter with that chair moment at WrestleMania 40 was supposed to be a moment to really get into Roman's head, rather than being that signifying ending spot chair moment. Here at SummerSlam, I think this was the end spot moment where Roman's finally done with that chair shot that changed everything for him. And I think with that too, on that sense, it was like, because that chair shot at 40, Rollins was wearing the Shield stuff. That was Rollins getting into Roman's head to help Cody win. I don't think that ends it there. I think that continues, like, Rollins is trying to get into Roman's head at that point to help Cody win. I think overall, this moment where he's like finally gets a true chance to do what he's been done onto him is like, okay, I'm tired. I'm done. And I think that is to me, the exclamation point in a sense on what they've been as a rivalry, what they've been as, as a team, and as what they were in the past. And I think that moment kind of finally signifies an end, well and truly, of Rollins versus Reigns. More than what happened at WrestleMania 40 that felt like a way to get into Roman's head to help distract him to lose that match. Remember, he lost that match at 40 because of that moment. So he got affected by that moment, and it really continued in his head for years. And now he can say, I could just move on from it. I think that was that exclamation point moving on.
Yeah. Also, before I let Mal talk, you're all saying it wrong. It's the Shield chair. It's not just the chair shot, it's the Shield chair.
The Shield chair. Like the Shield bomb and the...
Yeah, so Mal, what's your Shield thoughts of the Shield match that we Shield saw?
Yeah, the Shield match between Shield Roman Reigns and Shield Seth Rollins. It was pretty Shield alright in my opinion. I think it was probably the best Shield match of the night. I would say. Shield Slam, sponsored by Shield Wingstop, which I think was the sponsor. Yeah, it was a very much. I am joking about all the Shield references. the bit of match was built around the Shield things, and I hope to fucking God it's over. It's been
Yeah, I
how
think it's
many
over, yeah.
years?
It's not. It's not.
I think it
They
is.
did the shield. They did the shield fist touch in the middle of the ring
yeah,
over the shield mask.
with the ghost of
The shield
Shield Kurt
force
Angle.
ghost of Dean
Kurt
Ambrose.
Angle.
Oh yeah, Kurt
and
Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Sorry, yeah.
And Triple
Oh
H.
yeah, Kurt Angle, of course, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I just have to cut it over. It's been dragging on for too long. I know it's the one single bloody chair has been the source of like 20% of WWE storylines for the last 10 years,
12 years at this point.
12 years. Yeah, it would just need to move on. Maybe like 10 years time you can call back to it and go, oh, that's interesting, but just move away, just go away for now. But yeah, nice main event match. Probably a bit too long. I would have preferred 5 minutes on the Chad Gable Penta match rather than an extra 5 minutes on this.
Yeah.
Mainly
Yeah,
because I
but
would have
it's
got an extra
Roman.
5 points in it. But
But it's Roman.
yeah, it is Roman. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. And I guess Roman's gonna do the Lucha guy match next, and then is it gonna be LA Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's night. Yeah. It's like the night. It's just about when.
Yeah.
It'll be at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I like the Money Man because I think about it now. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Um.
it'll be a lovely 15 minutes win for him as LA
So.
Knight gets lose again.
Yeah. So the only thing I need to address before moving on is obviously Matt said that this match would end in a Reigns win, but by DQ, and sacrificed his points because of this. So
Yeah, I stand by it. Yeah. I took a shot. And to be fair, if he'd have hit him with a bloody chair, I may well have actually got that. But
shield chair.
it didn't happen. But it didn't happen. So I lose. I don't take the full 5. Yeah.
So that's a shield shame.
And Matt only gets 2 shield points compared to our 5 shield points.
Well, there we go. Yeah, there we go. You've just said it for me. Everyone gets 5 shield points, and then Matt gets 2 shield points. Let's move on to.
Sounds like we're playing the RPG or something. Like, here's your shield points. You're ready to defend yourself.
Okay, and yeah, let's now defend ourselves against CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, which didn't main event a night. I mean, it was almost like a consensus that we thought it was the main event in night 2. It didn't main event night 1. It was the match before that, and it went 30 minutes, and it wasn't the main event, which I don't know what to think about it. I'll let Mel kick us off.
This is just my opinion on it. I know it's another noise. It was just a bit. It didn't have the spark that I expected it to. Like, I can't think of anything particularly wrong with it. The story is simple. Cody was targeting Punk's leg, was it leg, arm, one of the two, various points, kind of showing a bit of a Healy side as well. Which I did sort of a vague flash of, Cody might turn heel in this match if he didn't. And yeah, then it kind of like got built up, and then played into the finish. Although the finish was mostly interrupted by Randy Orton, which we'll probably touch on later. But yeah, it just, I don't know, just felt a bit off. The vibes were off, as the kids say nowadays. And yeah, I don't think Punk trying to do moonsaults and failing massively did help with that. It's also another thing that did not need to go nearly 30 minutes. especially if it wasn't a main event. They could have given it to something else. I'm not sure what. Mind. Hopefully, they could have given it. They could have given it to actual main event. Another 5 minutes of that would have been cool. Would have made it feel like a bit more of a match that would have got going than it was. But yeah, it's disappointed. Is the thing that describes that match. Just didn't for the caliber of the two people. Didn't really feel like it should have done.
Yeah. Matt?
Yeah, it was. I think I was in agreement that this was going to be a main event, but then as soon as I remember realizing that Hell in a Cell should be main eventing because it's Brock's last match probably. But I don't know. I thought this was. Hear me out. I thought this was kind of short. Not because I wanted it to be longer. Not because I wanted it to be. Not because I wanted it to be at all. But I just expected it to be longer. I expected to get another quarter of an hour out of this somehow. I'm not quite sure why I thought that, but I just thought that it was going to be longer.
Yeah. I can kind of see what you mean. The pace was quite slow, and it didn't.
It felt longer.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and like it didn't. That's potentially probably why I thought it was too long. Like it didn't. The build up was very long. So the work is very old school in that sense, where it was working on the body part selling and all that. But yeah, I'll let you continue. So just that's probably why I thought it was too long from my perspective.
Was anyone upset about Randy Orton returning? Not
I
really
wasn't.
upset. I was happy. I was happy about him coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Not a surprise, because I think we all were expecting around this sort of time to come back. And now him and Cody going to have a fight about a title. It's a bit more unpredictable what's going to happen with it, which is what I want from my wrestling. I don't want to be so predictable that you can predict it really easily. I had we had 5 matches on a pay-per-view recently, and each one was entirely predictable. Was it boring to predict? Yeah. Fun to watch? Yeah. But when you know what's going to happen sometimes, because we're cynical, we've been watching this stuff for so long, I like things unpredictable. And Randy versus Cody, give us some blood. Give us some blood here, guys, as well. Make it a proper brutal match. I want it. I want that. We've earned that. I think we've earned that.
Yeah. So I think was I imagining this? Wasn't this meant to be a street fight?
No.
Oh,
It was kind of rumored, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah,
then
it
he
was
was
a weird
sponsored by-
rumor that
yeah.
I talked about.
It was never announced as such. No.
Yeah, wasn't the sponsor that film the weird horror film with dinosaurs? That might have confused. That might. Have
Oh,
confused
the Oak
the
Lane.
end of Oak
Oak,
thing, yeah.
yeah, Oak Tree. Which, by the way, I can't wait to see. I think it looks brilliant, but I'm not entirely. It's a weird match sponsor, yeah.
The sponsor was Street Fighter, wasn't it?
Yes, sure.
Oh no, sorry,
Yeah.
no. Sponsor was Street Fighter. That was another match that was sponsored by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe people thought, oh, it's going to be a street fight because it's sponsored by Street
Wasn't
Fighter.
Cody in Street Fighter?
Yeah, because
Yes.
he came out as Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mask was a Guile-like mask with the hair, which was great. I thought that was great.
That was cool.
I thought it was a great entrance overall.
Yeah. Okay, Chuck. just finish this off here.
So I think for me, I think it was an appetizer. I think we were given an appetizer of what they could truly do because it was their first match ever. It didn't feel like they wanted to give out all their big opportunities to really grow a story within this ring. I think they're gonna have another one, especially now with Punk winning. I think it's Cody going to take care of Randy and then coming back to Punk. And it could be a match at Survivor Series. Randy, Cody at Money in the Bank, then Randy Punk 2 at Survivor Series. And that will be given time to like really cook there. because it wasn't the main event, I felt like they were holding back, and I am okay with that because I think the potential of them getting all the time they have to make a match happen. I like what they can do. There is potential for something crazy good, but I think them just they added the spice with Aunt Randy to get him back into the fold and to have him face off against Cody and see what happens. And then it's again Cody looking more like the heel in the match that I really just always mad at the fact that he had he could be a good heel, but he's just never going to do that. It's just it's I wouldn't say never could be never, but it's just in his mind, and I think a lot of people's mind, TKO, he's too popular with the kids to do that. He's basically the John Cena conundrum.
That's fair. Yeah. I was gonna say something and it's just gone out my head. The whole. Oh yeah, it'll be Randy next for Cody, and then it'll be Punk again, and I'm just like, I don't. If the match was just sore as anything to go off of what it will be, I don't want to see it again. I wasn't that impressed. So, if we're gonna get anything like that, we need them to be better because they just clicked. They were awkward. I just don't think they clicked at all. Which confuses me because it's Cody and Punk, but yeah, they just felt like a really weird fit for each other. So
I'm gonna spiel off sort of Matt's point about blood. I think this probably needed something. There's needed an extra something to make it a bit more interesting, and that thing something is probably blood. And these two very much have experience with blood. So if they're gonna do it in any match, this will be the match to do it in whenever the next face off.
Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, so I'll quickly give points because Punk won, and we all said Punk would win. So we 5 points for everybody, and then I'll just quickly show what the scores are looking like currently before we move on to part 2. So currently, Mao is in the lead with 45. Matt would be on the same points as him if he didn't risk it with the 2 points for the DQ. And then me and Chuck are both in 35. So it's still everybody's game, but yeah, the miscellaneous
For the
section.
first time, I'm in the running still.
Yeah.
Make the change.
But yeah, the miscellaneous section is very much where it decides who wins. So we'll get to that now. Okay, now it's time for part 2, and we'll very much rattle these off. But the first question is simply how many title changes will there be? Which, why did I not write the number down? That would have been so handy. There was indeed a number of title changes.
I believe it was 2.
Yeah, there was 3.
Oh, 3, yeah. Sorry,
because
the interim title.
Everyone decided, which I didn't agree with, that the 5-way ladder match counted as a title change. Which it's not changing off anybody. It's just someone's getting vacant, but it's fine.
It's changing from vacant. What do you mean?
I mean, obviously it benefits Chuck, so Chuck's happy about it.
Maybe it's Matt too.
You predicted 4.
I did.
And it was, by this logic, 3, so you don't get any points either. So yeah, because Chuck Gable, Baron Corbin. And then the,
Oh yes, I thought EO. I thought I had EO winning. That's what it was. Yeah, my bad.
Yep. So we'll just quickly show that's 5 points to Chuck.
An
As
accident actually worked out for me once.
yeah, it sure did. Yeah. I won't talk about that anymore because it annoys me. As many things do. Okay. Longest match. Self-explanatory. Longest time wise. Gets you 3 points. So 3 of us said. Wait, no, it was. Yeah. 3 of us said Reigns, Rollins. I said Punk Roads because I thought it main event night 2, and yeah, it was Reigns Rollins. Despite that being the match that Matt thought would end in DQ, he still predicted it was the longest match, and it still was the longest match. 33 minutes 25, and my guess was 30 minutes 10, which still pretty solid, but
Yeah.
I was wrong. Anyone have anything to say about the length of the match?
Nothing I've already said. Should have been last time.
It carried its purpose. It carried its purpose.
Cool. Right, so I'll just show 3 points for everyone but me. And then shortest match, we had 2 different answers because I think it were both the 6-man and 6-woman matches. We were both wrong because the 6-man match was 11 minutes, 6-woman match was 7 minutes 30, and was the shortest match until on night 2, in the 4th match on the night, Danhausen Dominic Mysterio was 6 minutes 50 in a match that we've talked to death about and I was a fan of, but that means that no one gets points. We're all wrong. So thanks Danhausen. Alright. Match of the weekend. So this is basically 5 points if you get this correct. It's off of Dave's stars, and yeah, so there was 2 matches that were 4.25, which was Eoliv was 4.25, right?
Yeah.
And then so was Chad Penta.
And Pepsi Man Cody Rhodes is also.
Oh yeah, okay.
Somehow.
So yeah, there was 3 matches that were the same score, but then the highest ranked by Dave was a 4.75, which was Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins,
Yes.
which none of us said. We have 3 Punk Roads, and I had a Pentagable. All solid answers, all wrong. So once again, 0 points. Thank you, Dave.
4 3/4 shield chairs out of 5.
Alright, submission endings. That was 1, I'm pretty sure.
It was 1. Gunther.
Those 2.
But I think it was 2 overall.
Yeah. Because there was Gunther and
Chad.
Chad, yeah.
I called them both. I think.
Good. I scored it that way, so I was right when I was scoring it. 3 points to Matt. Yeah. I forgot about the submission with Chad, but I didn't forget when I scored it, so that's good. Okay, so cool. Alright, next we've got main event referee, which once again is completely irrelevant. I forgot the names of the people who main evented both nights. It was none of the ones we said. So we all get 0 points. There's not much more to say about this. It was both of them were like disappointing because yeah, none of us gets any points. So it's a shame. Ref bumps. Did I count this? I think I counted. Oh yeah, of course I did count this because I'm pretty sure I scored this as 2. Yeah, because there was I think it was One was in the
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Reigns Rollins. What was the other one? Was it Rhodes?
I
Cody?
think so.
I think so.
Yeah, because I think that's how Randy Orton pulled that off without getting disqualified.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
then, I mean, I think Mal's going to say something.
So we had when which one was it? Was it the Roman Reigns?
Yeah, it was the second one. It was the Roman
Yeah.
Reigns.
So I have no skin in this game because I would be wrong regardless. There should have been another 4, please. But there should have been another 4 to get me points. But I think we could argue there was 3
That wasn't.
because there was a pre-bump where the referee got knocked down.
Got knocked out the way.
He got knocked out the way, and then he got squished. So you could
I
argue
endorse that message. I endorse that message.
Wait. We're gonna call that a ref bump.
Exactly.
It feels more like
I don't want- I don't-
instead.
I want to point out that Mal put that forward. I did not, but it favours me if it comes off.
I mean,
Oh,
it's a valid argument. We talked about this. A ref bump is where the ref is incapacitated and cannot do anything and is settled.
Right?
Yes.
So
Selling.
he just got pushed out
And
the way, but was immediately able to do the pin count.
Yeah, like that.
So-
Like also planned.
Exactly.
That wasn't planned.
And then the ref bump was like a minute later, and that was an actual ref bump.
Yes.
I will also say I am happy to agree with Eloise on this because
Yeah.
again I have no skin in this
Well-
game, and Eloise's word is law in this.
Yeah, the problem is, even if it benefits me in this situation because I predicted 2.
Hang on a second. So before you do it, Chuck, a third one would go in your favour.
So I don't think
You
it was
wanted
a
free.
ref bump. I want to be
You
fair.
wanted free. Damn, it's not about fair, about winning points.
This is why I like Chuck.
See, I have this also helps. This doesn't matter much to me because I already got my wins. I mean, I'm a happy camper. I got my wins in bad psychic. So I'm just. This is fairness. I don't think that's a ref bump. I think that was a ref botch more than anything, and I don't think you count that as a bump in that sense.
It's not a ref bump by
Yeah, I was just
definition.
ref bump.
So I get 3 points.
Chuck is just an honest man,
Yeah.
a normal man,
Thanks,
an
Chuck.
innocent man.
It's just a man.
Dude, I am a mere man. I'm a mere man that's a fat kid that loves cake.
Alright, so we'll move on to surprise appearances, which I think is 5 points, if you get it right. It sure is. And unfortunately, one of us was right. Because Zilla didn't show up. He instead had a stinker against Amazing Red on Hall of Glory, which I knew about like the day after I made this prediction. It was then announced that on the same day he'd be in Hall of Glory, so that was great. And I need to watch that match because apparently it was bad. And then Bronson Reed didn't show up. Steve didn't show up. Stephanie
Nope,
Vicaire.
I came too early on that one.
Good for you. But as we mentioned earlier, Randall Keith showed up.
He did.
Randall Keith.
So
No.
that means
That's Mal's pick, right?
it sure is. So that means points for Mal.
Yeah.
5 points for Mal. There you go. And then we've got our bonus questions. So CM Punk will turn heel. No. He didn't turn heel, I'm sorry, Joe.
That all pointed me to that, but god damn it. He was actually more the face of this match. Alright, man.
It sure was. Cody's the more
Alright,
likely
man.
one to go heel, but it's Cody, so he went. And then the mini houses will show up. Yeah, boring ass prediction.
I've got one right for once. I'll take it.
Yeah, because you took the easy route. So no.
Hey, winning is winning at the moment. I'll take it.
Dead clock hits 12 again.
It's a broken clock. And then there will be at least 6 sponsored matches.
Yeah, I think they were like
Our-
all but 2 were sponsored.
Our
I
count
think.
was 11, I think.
Yeah, okay, it was all but 1. Okay.
So I'm annoyed. I should have made the odds a bit lower for Mal, and I was annoyed. And then collectively there will be less than 3 hours of matches over both nights. Did I have it written down somewhere? I swear I've read it down somewhere.
I think it's in the results section.
Is it in the results section?
Yes.
Oh,
I
it
think
did.
so.
Oh, great! I did write it down. Wow, great. Wow, imagine writing down the thing that you need to reference. 2 hours 47 minutes was the full runtime of the 2 nights of matches. That is under 3 hours. That is under an hour 30 per show. Which is one of the big issues with these 2 shows for me. Is just there's so much faff that isn't in ring, but that's WWE, isn't it? So I got that right. So if you look at points, Mal gets 11, Matt gets 5, I get 8, and Chuck gets -4. It's not the end of the world. So we'll just reference the part 2 points, which there you go. So very much Mal has very much done the best in this section.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's not a surprise if I show these. And I show our total. Congrats, Mal.
Yay.
Matt was close enough second. It was very much the DQ prediction and then the miscellaneous not really paying off as much. Kind of ruined it for Matt.
I wanted to be right miscellaneous for once, and I was. I just, so close so far. But I'm out.
And then I came third. Chuck came fourth, just because of the miscellaneous section. It happens to the best of us. It's very very much a thing I normally do, so I'm glad I wasn't last in that. But yes. So yeah, congrats again, Mal, for
Yay.
doing a win.
Yes, I've done a Shield win.
Shield win on the Shield show, the Shield, and the Shield chat, and the Shield bomb, and the Shield.
And the Shield bonus prediction got me Shields right.
Now the Shield is finally put to bed. Can we never mention the Shield ever again on Bad Psychics?
Yeah, we will. This is going to be the last podcast we will Shield mention them.
Shield psychics.
Yeah.
I'll run it past Shield C. Alright, well, thank you, Free, for being here with me, and thanks for watching if you are. Yeah, this was indeed a Shield pay-per-view and Shield episode. So yeah, I'll leave it here, and remember, don't be Shield mystics, be Shield mistakes. Bye.
Shield, goodbye.
Bye.